in yesterday's session. Is Eclipse. Let's start Eclipse. All right, so yesterday we discussed about some reading a property file. I guess someone got the answer for this one.
This conference will now be recorded.
Database properties file. Right, so I guess that's I guess outside the SRC file. Someone suggested that, right? What happened? Okay, it's showing terminated. Connect to the database, whether it Okay, data has been added. Right, so we tried from the same folder, but by default it was searching outside the SRC folder, right? So I guess someone got the answer, and I hope everyone has tried this one. So it's simple, reading the properties from a properties file, right? Properties like driver, URL, username, and password. Okay, so today we'll see some more things. I guess somebody asked for reading a image or data types like blob, right? So this is one of an extra data type you can add inside a database. For this, you can, with the help of this data type, you can store any binary object. Okay, it's basically binary large objects, full form of blob. Right, so how to do that means first you need a table, and with a column where you can store some binary object. So you can quickly create a table, and when you're reading some images, just give some let me create a table, Facebook, mobile number, and I'm giving characters, some characters. I'm just giving a short one, like you wanted to store some MyDP with one extra data type with blob, BLOB, binary large objects. All right, table will be created. Now you can store the data. We can store data in different ways. First, let me create a class. Demo, finish. All right, or write some simple classes, scanner classes and all, or we can just use this one, class.form name. All right, so for now I'll just hardcode the data. Driver name, JDBC dot driver dot Oracle driver. URL will be, I'll just wait statement, maybe I'll find URL. I'll just take it from here, and URL, username and password. Okay, so methods are throwing exceptions. Class not found exception for the class dot for name, and SQL exception for get connection method. Then I'll just create a statement object or prepare statement object. Prepare statement, yes. So what's the query? Insert into Facebook values positional parameter I'm giving here. Prepared statement object is created. I got the prepared statement object. I can store the data. So first one, pst dot set int of mobile number. You can just give some number, and pst dot set. For that you have set block character at second index. Now suppose I want to store some file, .txt file or jpg file, anything you can store inside a database with the help of this setup. All right, now I need to give some stream because data will be stored in the form of stream, right? So I need to read a stream first of all. So I'll just copy one any file I can take. I'll just take this file and store at that location where my Eclipse is available. It's my advanced Java JDBC, and here I'll store .png file. All right, so it's reflecting. It's not reflecting here. Are we in the correct JDBC project? JDBC project, yes. It is there, database file. Maybe I need to restart. It should reflect here. If it is any other project or if you are using a build tool, you can just update the project. Yeah, I got it. Right, I can see the file. It's got reflected. Now I wanted to store this file inside the database. So first I need to read that file. How to do that? I do one thing. I can use input stream file input stream of that file name, file input stream, and that file name I can read and store here. Okay, it's throwing exception, I guess. So input output exception, file not found exception, and I'm throwing it. You can use try catch and suppress the exception if you want. All right, so let's see this. PST dot insert query, right? Execute, update. Sys out of just some message to verify. Executed. You can close connection. Run this file. You're getting some exception, abstract method error, JDBC driver T4C prepared statement. V is abstract. V is abstract. One sec. So it's not reading the file. Let me just do one thing. Let's go to table created, right? From column and attribute type cannot be displayed by SQL star plus. Okay, so command prompt is not supporting block types here. So I'll do one thing. Maybe I don't know. Let me use yes, I have an ID. Most of the Oracle developers use IDs. So we can try here. Same command, writing the commands, everything is same. Because this command prompt is not supporting that feature, I guess. Because table has been created. All right. And what's our connection? Let me give some name to my connection. What's my username? Batch 48. And password batch 48. Let me just check once localhost port name. Let me test it. Okay, I got success. I'll save this one and connect. Right, so you can just, now you are in your account, select star from tab, control enter. I got two tables here. Sorry. Sorry, it's control enter. Yes, the table has been created. There is no record inserting, but still it is showing me some exception. 1 second. Let me see that exception one more time. Method.oracle JDBC driver T4C prepared statement, set blob of value, input output value, input stream. I guess there's some driver issue because we are using an old driver. We can do one thing. This is from, I can use another driver as well. To add extra driver, what you can do, right click on your project, configure build path, add external jars. I can use another driver. I have JDBC 6.jar. Apply and close. I got the driver. Now I can use the files from there. Let me run and see. This file I wanted. Again, same driver. Both the drivers are not working. Maybe it's taking from build path. Let me remove the old drivers. 14.jar. Let's try this one. Run as Java application. Yes, it's working. So it depends on the versions which you are working, whether some methods has been deprecated or some methods will support or not. Okay, so it's now prepared statement can read a file input stream blob character in new drivers. I changed the driver 6.jar. Let's see. Command prompt is not displaying that. So let me do one thing. Same query. Yes, some data has been added here. Okay. Now that particular number has one image. All right, like that, there will be a number of columns with users' details, their numbers, images, or whatever the data which they are storing, and they can store it in these locations like this. It can read any PNG file, JPG file, or any other file because it's converting into a stream, and you can store with the help of a blob character. Okay, so it's simple. No, just you have to be. There are so many different queries are available, different data types, and also it differs from database to database as well. Okay, so in Oracle, like we are using number for storing. In MySQL, you can use integer, int. All right, like for varchar 2 we are using in Oracle, or varchar also we can use, but SQL maybe it prefers varchar most of the time. Like that, database language differs from little bit, very basic things will differ that we need to check and create the tables, because here table is getting created but it's not able to display it. That's why I'm using an ID. Okay, in ID it's displaying everything. Luckily I already have, or else I have to install. It's a free ID. You can go to Oracle website. Okay, definitely you will be having an account from where you have downloaded the JDK, and that is inside my, see, this a.png I have copied here in my location. From that location, by default I'm copying it. Suppose that file is in some other location, you can just give the complete path, whether it's an E drive, in new folder, like that. Here you can give E drive, and again that's some new folder. It's single or double / or double /. Some format will be there to read the data, or you can just get it in a separate folder in your project and read it from there. if that's what you're asking. Okay, this is the location. This is the like we have used in properties file. On the same location, I have just added the file, .png file, in my project root location, and I'm reading from there. All right. So like this, you can store any binary data, read from the input, and you can, if you wanted to read, you can try at home now. This is I'm storing the data. For reading the data, what you need to do? File output stream, give the file name. Okay. What you can do here is you can just write a select query, and file not specified. So you keep this file inside, drag and don't place this file inside the folder or in SRC. Just same file drag inside the project. Okay. Drag inside the project. That project that will be in the default location. Okay. Then because it may be not reading the file, give a string data and store the data. Still getting error means let me know. We'll see in the end of the class. If it is not located, maybe it's not locating the file exactly. Okay, so try reading the data also. Use, instead of input stream, use output stream. Okay, write a select query, get inside the result check. Okay, your data will be inside the result check. Write an output stream. From that output stream, give the file name, select star from Facebook. All right, select star from Facebook, and data will be stored inside result set. Write an output stream, give a.png, and go for the rs.next. If that file is there, you can use one file, or you can use the file output stream of write method, and read the result set object. Simple. Try this example for reading the file. All right. Now, same way, suppose if you wanted to store date, this is also important thing, like storing date in database table. How to store a date inside a database table. Now, usually we have seen in core Java, like whenever you wanted to store a date or display a date, we use a class called date class, which is available in which package? Java.util package. Java.util package. But when you're storing a date inside a database, they have given one more extra date class to support to the database date class, but that date class is available in Java.sql package. Java.sql package, and this Java.sql package, you can just go there, go to the API, go to the API, Java.sql will be here. You have a date class in Java.sql package, and you can create the object. Okay, it's providing two constructors. First, date with year, month, and day, which is deprecated, and you have only one constructor left with is a long. Means you can give some milliseconds here, give some millisecond times of values. Okay, now what you can do here is, first you need a column with date inside the database. Okay, so what you can do, create table, some emp1, okay, employee number, employee name, varchar 2, some characters, and you can just give the third for storing a data type. Suppose people store date of joining or date of birth, like that. Okay, there is a data type with a name date. Table will be created. Select star from EMPL. EMPL1. Okay, table is created. I don't have any date to store the data, but I want to store the date from my JDBC program. Okay, so what I will do here is I will write a class same form again. I'll just use prepare driver registered, established connection. Okay, now you need a statement object. You need a statement object. I can use thing. I'll just prepare a statement only. Prepare statement only. Insert into employee 1 values. I have 3 rows, I guess, right? Sorry, 3 columns. Employee number 1 I will take. I'm just hard coding the values. Set string and employee name and pst dot set date employee character. Now what it's expecting, see this, in this set date to first the index on in which column, which positional parameter you are setting. Second, it's expecting a date value. All right, now it's expecting a date value. So what you need to do here is date will be created by new date. You have 2 packages, java.sql, java.util package. But java.util package is expecting one long character, I mean long data type, some milliseconds of time, and you need to store that date with this. So what you can do, first create a date with java.util package. Okay, I'll just take as a d1. Date will be created. d1 dot, there's a method. There are so many methods available. Get time, I will use get time. I'm getting one long character with time. Okay, I got the long character. What I can do to store the date inside a database, what I need is that date package, that date class, which is in java.sql package. So I need to create a new date. It's util. Where is SQL? Here it is. See, with date SQL I have only one because this one is deprecated. See, this mark by, you can see, still you can use, but this is deprecated. So this is only available. I will give that. and the time which I'm getting from this date util object, I will store that here. Control 1. Date object is created with Java dot. It's taking fully qualified name. Java dot because I'm using only once. All right. So once you got this Java.sql date, you give this date inside here, this date object. All right. So that date you can store by using one setter from prepared statement set date. So once you are setting all the values, pst dot execute update. On not close. Let me run this file and see. Date demo is executed terminated. Okay. So let me go there. See, date is stored 21st June 2020. That's the default format it will take. Like that, whenever you are entering the date or whenever you are storing the date or reading the date from the scanner classes, okay, you can store inside a date object. You can store inside a date object, and that date object will be given to the java.sql package. That date you can store inside a database. Understood? So like this, you can store dates as well inside the database. Okay. So remember, when you're creating an object, don't forget the difference between these two. All right. Now, next, one more thing I want to show is metadata. What do you mean by metadata? Anyone can tell me what is metadata? What do you mean by metadata? Why we use metadatas, or what is the actual meaning of metadata? For info of drivers, yeah, you can say that. That's correct, drivers or tables, but that's a different thing. Just what is the meaning of metadata? You're talking about the next step. See, metadata is nothing but it means data about the data. What do you mean by data about the data? See, you're executing select query, you will get some data. What is that data? Means you're getting the table. Okay. That table information, when you want, you already got the data and still you wanted to find more about that data. Okay. It could be about drivers. It could be about tables or anything else. Like we have result set metadata. There is an interface. Okay, in result set, what result set holds? Tables. I wanted to find the details about the tables. I can go for result set metadata interface. Okay, for drivers, I want to know the details about the drivers. I guess database metadata. Okay, so what database contains? Drivers, connection information, and versions. All those things I can find out by using these interfaces. Okay, like this. Parameter metadata. Any parameters which you wanted to find out about the table, columns, and all, what you can do? You can go for this parameter metadata. Like this. Metadata means any data about the data. Okay. Now, what do you mean by result set metadata? Now, result set metadata object, like I said, it's an interface. It is used to get the information about the number of columns, types of properties, what are the properties we are using inside the columns, and what is there inside the result set object. And we can get this result set metadata with the help of result set object. With the help of result set object. In the result set object, we will be having some method. Okay, I guess get metadata. Get metadata method. So once you call result with the help of result set, if you call this method, suppose result set dot get metadata, you will get the result set metadata object. Once you have the result set metadata object, in that you will find so many methods. By seeing that method, you can call one by one all the methods, and you can find out about the table. You can find out about the tables. Okay, now, like how many columns are there, and what are the labels, what are the column names, what's its types, like this. You can find out so many things. Okay. Let me create another class for metadata. Demo. Okay, again same thing. Establishing the connection. Okay, I want to execute a select query, so I'll just go for create statement object. From statement object, execute query. Employ. I got the result set object. Now you can just directly display this result set. Okay, display the result set by calling the next end, or you wanted to find out, suppose you have this result set, you wanted to find out what's the data inside that result set. So what you can do, rs dot get metadata. See, there is a method get metadata who is returning a result set metadata. Control 1. You got the metadata object. You got the metadata object. Now I don't know what are the columns available inside that. So what I can do, meta, you have to go to the API first of all, or these are all the methods inside the result set metadata. You can call these methods and find out what are the things available inside the table. Getting the point? Now, like suppose this is get column count. I'm calling. How many columns are there in my table? I don't know. Return type is integer. Return type is integer. Some count I got. What I can do? Just and execute this. Three columns I have. Like that. What you can do? Is out of metadata dot get column names. Okay, there will be so many columns, and what are the columns which you one by one, instead of that I'll do one thing. I will use a loop. Okay, iterate over array. I want int I is equals to 0. I should be less than how many columns I have? 3 columns. Or I can just give count, right? Less than count, right? So less than count when it will, I guess 2 only it will take. Less than or equal to I plus plus system.out.println of I. System.out.println of I. Let me run this file. SQL exception. Invalid column. Get valid column index. I should be less than. Okay, first index here I'm taking by default it's taking 0. First column. Run this file. Okay, so it's giving me its types. By default it's taking big decimals. All right, that's above long you can say. All right, that's a class in java.math. String is there and big decimal is there. All right, like this, what you can do, system.out.println of column labels also you can find system.out.println of metadata dot get column labels we have taken already, type names, system.println of get scale like this and run this file. Okay, so you can just separate that by using print or some concatenations. All right, so first what he's telling, it's a big decimal, EMP ID, data type we are giving as a number, and what's his scale? That's the scale, I guess. String, EMP name, varchar2, and 0. Big decimal, salary, data type in the middle, and it's taking 2. All right, so like this scale, precision, so many details which you can find out with the help of your JDBC program about the database tables. So there are like more than 20 to 30 methods are there. One by one you can display and search for them. All right, like this you have one more metadata called database metadata. And what database metadata means, when you wanted to find the details about the database, what's its driver, what's its username, and what's so what are the versions available for that particular version which you are using. Any information about the database depends on the database metadata interface provided by its methods. So you have to just search for its methods and execute it. The same thing I can do here. I'll just create a class. Metadata demo. Okay, for finding out database metadata, you need a connection, valid connection. Okay, now to get the database metadata, You don't need result set or all those things. From the connection only, you can find out everything. Like connection dot, you want get metadata. Get metadata means that get metadata is returning you database metadata object from the connection only. All right. So once you have that metadata option, what you can do? You can just system.println of metadata dot like see, so many methods are available inside that interface. All right. So what you can do? Get database major versions, minor versions. All right. Product name. Okay. What's the product name? It's a simple one. Let's run this by. Oracle. All right. This out of metadata dot. Let me just copy this. Get database product version. Get major versions. Minor version. Okay. Get database major version, driver name. What's the driver name which you're using? Like this, you can find out so many things about the database. All right. So what's the product? It's Oracle. What's the next one? Product version. It's a 10G Express Edition, released 10.2.0. All right. Production. Major version is 10. Minor version is 10.2. What's the driver? Oracle JDBC driver which I'm using. All right. So like this, you can find out about the details about the database by calling its methods. Okay. Now, same way, what's the third metadata type we are having? Yes, parameter metadata. Now, what do you mean by parameter metadata? Whenever we used to find the details of the parameters, like number of parameters, types of parameters, or names of the parameters which you wanted to find out. Okay. Now, for that, to find out the parameter details, again, I can use result set metadata only. Okay. Or any prepared statement. Prepared statement is there. Okay. After executing everything, dot get metadata, whose return type is PST. No. Not the result set metadata we want. PST dot get. Anyone is returning parameter metadata. Here it is. Parameter metadata. Get parameter metadata. It is. All right. So metadata you got, and you can find out again where it's about the table. So you can just get the count and or display the count. Like metadata dot get parameter count. You got the count, and you can use a for loop. Iterate over array less than or equal to count. Right? Sys out of metadata dot parameter metadata. That is, and you have some names like get parameter type is out of metadata dot get parameter type names. Okay, like this. What you can do, get parameter, what says so many methods are available. You can call some methods and find out what you actually wanted to display. Okay, get precision like this. Okay, employee ID, name, salary, unsupported feature, Oracle parameter metadata, get parameter type at what line, get parameter type. That there must be some clash between this. If you write separately, see, this is not much. Actually, just you wanted to find out the parameter, write separate program with the prepared statement. Don't use scanner classes. Okay, you will get the types of what parameter type and its name and its precision. You will get it. Okay, major thing what is result set metadata and database metadata. Okay, maybe I need to do some changes here again. You can try this one. It's an easy one only, right? So you can first, you need to find out, like, you can install any driver or which driver which you are using. Okay, and what's the details about the tables, and by calling its method, its appropriate methods with the help of result set. Same way you try for write a result set object, sorry, write a parameter object and get the parameter details from the parameter. The format will be same, get metadata, and you can know about its data. All right, clear about this metadatas? Any doubts, any questions? So this is the end of the JDBC. We'll start servlets tomorrow. If anyone needs time to practice JDBC, let me know. I can give 1 day time, or else we'll start tomorrow. Introduction for servlets, how to work with servlets, some basic introduction, and which server we will be using to work on servlets. So maybe 1 week it will go for servlets, then we can go for JSPs. Clear about everything? You need to practice this, all these examples, because definitely we'll be seeing 1 or 2 examples again in servlets with JDBC program. Okay, how we are writing a UI character where we will be entering the data on UI, so that it will go to the server and execute everything. Okay, process the request and store the data to the database server. So we'll be adding everything inside servlets now. So you have to be clear with this all JDBC programs. Okay, so if you see carefully, some common steps we are using for JDBC program, only slight changes in this area, statement objects. All right. Like this only Hibernate will be there, some extra steps and some extra things you will find in Hibernate framework. And internally Hibernate use JDBC only. All right, all these things. We'll see the difference when we see the frameworks. For now, you just practice all these things and just be ready for sublets. All right. So no one needs time. That's good then. We'll continue sublets. We'll start sublets from tomorrow's session. All right. Okay then. Thank you. Bye.